Okay, we're back with the deciding match for standard. This is game 3. Emerson keeps his hand, and both players keep their hands, so this should be a good one. This time it's Emerson on the play first, so I just switched and show Emerson's opening hand. Oh, he's got the Braille's expertise, so that's probably what he's looking for at this stage. Attunes for the wastes, because he doesn't have the colourless in hand. What does Anthony want to do here? He's going to play that so he can cycle the Striped Riverwinder or the Horror of the Broken Lands on the instep. So, instep, cycles the Horror of the Broken Lands, finds a collective brutality. He might be tempted to use it on this turn just to stop the servant from being able to accelerate. We'll see if he does that. He does, yep. How many is he going to choose? The good thing of Anthony's deck is it's a Gate to the Afterlife, or whatever you call that card deck, but he has demonstrated that he can win without needing that card. Well, you see here he chose all 3 modes, so he discarded 2 combat celebrants, and importantly he got that Braille's expertise out of the hand. Emerson's still going to have a turn 3 play, a Rogue Refiner or a Reshaper, probably the Refiner I'm guessing, to get the card draw. Oh, okay. Yeah, he changes it and goes to Refiner. If he can hit that 4th land, it's going to be a very big play. He can't, but that'll get him the land for the following turn. Oh, and he has to have a tapped land for Anthony. See, Emerson's draw for the turn is another Matter Reshaper. Cycles the Dissenter's Deliverance and finds the land that he was after. So next turn we're going to start tearing Anthony's hand apart with Thought Not Seers. And this is the position that Emerson's deck wants to be in. It wants to build a board presence so that when the Braille's expertise comes at a later turn, he can wipe the board and cycles 2 cards. That's a big play there. Grasp. It'll be interesting to see if he runs out Champion of Wits here, because if he does, then the Thought Not Seer is going to take the Grasp. He probably doesn't want to cycle on his main phase. I'm not sure what the correct line is here. I'm sure Anthony knows the deck much better than me, but I'm thinking it's play a Fettered Pools tap past the turn so he can keep up Grasp or cycle the Fettered Pools. And let's see. No, he's going to run out the Manifestation. Well, it is a functional blocker against both those, but he's going to get probably the Grasp of Darkness taken here by the Thought Not Seer, as an island was the draw for the turn. Emerson's giving this a fair bit of thought. He decides on the Champion of Wits, okay. I guess he's got a backup Thought Not Seer. Champion of Wits is going to mean that Anthony's going to be top decking here. He's not going to get the card draw. Another Vile Manifestation. So just main phase the Grasp. Just to get the card draw. Archfiend can be cycled. He hasn't played a land yet this turn. I think he missed a step there. Okay, so he's going to want to cycle that land instead. He also has the Archfiend of Ivna that can be cycled, so he's going to be forced to do something right here. Yeah, he's going to cycle the Archfiend. The Archfiend's too awesome to... and he finds another Archfiend. So what's the Thought-Knot Seer going to take this time? So we'll just check and see what Emerson's draw for the turn was. I think it's a Rogue Refiner. What's he going to take? This one requires a bit of thought because he's still a turn. He's got a tapped land, so it's still a turn away from the Archfiend coming down. He does take the Archfiend. So Anthony's going to have two Vile Manifestations next turn that outclass cards on Emerson's board. So Emerson's certainly playing towards Brow's expertise. This time he decides to play the land. What's Collective Brutality going to do? Excuse me. So he takes down the Rogue Refiner. And now he's offering a trade with the Thought-Knot Seer. Emerson might be tempted to take the card draw here, but he doesn't. I suspect playing for a Deep Fiend. Oh, another Thought-Knot Seer. This is the third one for this match. But you can certainly see the play here for Emerson. It's 7, 10, 12 damage on board. So a Brow's expertise dropping a Thought-Knot Seer, which is, it'll be game over, I think. No cards in hand for Anthony, so he's playing off the top of the deck. So just look at his graveyard. He doesn't have the... He might be tempted to make this trade because he needs card draw, but he doesn't, so he goes to 15. Draws the Horror of the Broken Lands. He's going to cycle that. I would have been tempted to play that one. The Horror is the one that puts the -1 counters, I believe. Oh no, it's not, sorry. No, I'm thinking of the Archfiend of Ivna. So Thought-Knot's just going to reveal the land. Emerson's draw for the turn was a Matter Reshaper, which he can play through to 7 if he wants to. Seven, 10. So Emerson's actually got lethal on board if he finds the Brow's expertise. I think if he attacks this time, then Anthony has to block. So let's see what the draw is for the turn. Oh, another land he's flooding now. Both players in top deck. Whoever finds... Oh, and there it is. So that's the match. And a very entertaining 3 games goes to Emerson, 2 games to 1. He's going to swing in plenty of damage. Only needs to do 15. I think there's 8, 14, 16, 19 there. And Emerson takes down standard 2 games to 1. I think even a cycle into something won't save him. He's cycling looking for a grasp of darkness. Oh, he finds Yahenni's expertise a bit late. Yeah, too many lands, unfortunately. And Emerson takes standard 2 games to 1.